Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Gul Knowledge Hub. Today's topic is very important because most of English learners, they are trapped. They are at B1 level and they want to travel from B1 to C2 level, but they are struggling and they are trapped in B1 level because they think that if they want to travel, if they want to reach C2 level, they only need more grammar, more vocabulary words. But this conception is totally wrong. This methodology is wrong, and we have to analyze all those methods, 5 rules, which can easily make your way towards C2 level. First of all, we will discuss the way B1 level and the C2 level students and learners are different, because they are different in their approach, in their methodology. They are different how they are using the language. This is the main difference. Now, what is the trap? B1 trap, and how they are trapped in B1? Because they learn more grammar rules, they learn more vocabulary words, they watch movies, and they are collecting English language. Now, collection of English language is not wrong, but only collection makes you stagnant person. Like stagnant water makes water dirty and smelly. Likewise, if you are just collecting water, if you are collecting English words, collecting the plethora of English knowledge, but you are not utilizing in an appropriate way, using different kinds of rules, then you will be in that trap forever and ever. Because the main difference between B1 and C2 English learners is that B1 English learners, they only know enough knowledge, enough English knowledge to communicate. But C2 English learners, they are well versed how to explain the topic, how to persuade, how to convince the listener in an interesting way. They know how to utilize the body language. They know how to communicate the same single sentence in different kinds of versions. So today we are going to learn all these things. If you want to be from B1 to C1 to C2 student, C2 learner, watch this video very carefully, because this video is specially designed for you. So the number 1 rule which you have to master: input, processing and output. Main rule. Input means you are learning, you are watching, you are observing, you are collecting English language. Now, processing means you are in a conversation, you are in a meeting, someone asks you a question, you need to explain, you need to persuade, you need to convince the listener. How will you do? You process your thoughts. Okay, this is the topic, I have to ask, I have to say all these things in a convincing manner. My body language should be this and this, and then you give an output in a most convincing, in a most authentic and powerful way. We are going to master. So, very first rule is start rebuilding. Now, this is the time for you stop memorization and start rebuilding. Now, how can you rebuild? For example, I am going to take very simple sentence: the weather is beautiful. How you can rebuild this simple sentence? Today's weather is fantastic. It's lovely outside. Now you are giving me the different versions of the same simple sentence. If you are in the position to give me the same simple sentence and its different kinds of versions, you are at the threshold of C2 English learner. The second important rule is, what is? Use why chain. Why chain is very compulsory. It makes your argument convincing, argumentative, reasonable, and the other person is impressed by your knowledge because you are giving the reason. Everyone. For example, if I say I enjoy learning English, then I use why chain. Why? Because learning English language enhances my communication skills. Why communication skills? Why? Because communication skills can improve and can help me to talk internationally. Why? Communication skills can improve and can give me the better opportunities. Why? Better opportunities can reshape my future in the best possible way. Why? Because if the future is bright, I can fulfill my dreams. Why? Because if I can fulfill my dreams, I can be a contented person. Why? Then I will have no complaint about life. So, why change? Why change? You are not talking you are not talking here and there. You are talking on the target. Number 3, very important. Explain everything. Explain everything around you. Pick any object like this pen. This is a pen. Mostly people use this for writing, for pen downing, for writing down their thoughts on the piece of paper, for materialization of their dreams on the paper, for reshaping their thoughts on the paper. Mostly it is used in the offices, schools and colleges, and it is the weapon where sword is not able to conquer the minds of the people. Pen can reconquer, pen can conquer, pen can just make a reputation for you, a famous, a positive reputation for you as a teacher, as a preacher, as a builder of the nation. So one single object and many thoughts. Try to do this very important strategy. Now, number 4 is daily retrieval practice. Very important. Retrieval. Don't try to open every time the notes. Don't try to rewatch the video again and again. No. Just ask some questions and then answer them. For example, what did you learn yesterday? I learned the language diary method. What was the language diary method? It was the method, the most important method, because pen and physical paper can beat any kind of input that was. Okay, how many words you gathered from there? Too many words. Too many scientific words I have learned from there. Okay, can you retrieve all those things? Yes, I can retrieve. What was my lecture? The lecture was one simple habit can make you fluent in English, and that simple method was language diary method. So I am recollecting, I am retrieving each and everything which I have performed yesterday. I had a very wonderful session with my group Speak Up, Rise Up. If you want to be the member of that group, just message me on 030764765661. This is my WhatsApp number, and I have separate groups for male and female. If you want to join for free, message me. Okay, now the 5th, become a paraphrasing machine. Very important. Paraphrasing machine. You have to adapt, you have to rebuild this habit. Now I am going to illustrate, I am going to demonstrate you with a very simple sentence. Technology has changed education. Now how can I rephrase? Technology has revolutionized the way people learn. Technology has made it accessible, made education accessible to everyone. Now because of technology, education is at the threshold of everyone. Because of technology, now education is like free of cost, spreading the beams of light. So all these things can make it easy for you to travel from B1 to C2 level. If you want to try this method, and don't be trapped in B1 level, because if you only do this and this for years and years, you will do this, but you will not be a C2 level learner. So happy